Oh, we are live. We are live. We are live and in charge, baby. How is everybody? Okay, I need to get my live video on my Facebook so I can pull it up. I need my super producer on the back end. We need to pull in some audiences. How many views we got? We have. Alex, are you gonna share it on my page, or am I gonna share it? I can share it and pull it up.
We have one.
We got one. Hey,
come on in.
Come on in. We are so excited about tonight's show. We just have so much going on in the world. Houston, a lot to talk about. Business owners, we want y'all to get with it and do your thing. Okay. So we're here. We're there. I don't know how to. Let me figure this out. Why do we have all this new stuff on the back end of Facebook? Can y'all help me out with that? So now I can't even get to what I need to get to because they got business resources. Okay. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have to mute that.
Okay, I'm gonna mute it. Mute it and put us here. Cast it. Dun, dun. Let's see if it's on the behind. You see it behind us? Bam, 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 bam.
Do we get to see each other twice?
No, we don't. We are live. All right, we are awesome. Welcome to the Business Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, Kelly P. Hodges, KP, along with my business partner, Chandra Brooks, and we are excited to come to you. We're bringing our, we celebrate Black History Month, or Black History 365, 12 months a year, 7 days a week. But we are still excited about being able to bring you information and to talk with you about some Black history. And one of the things that we wanted to focus on today is actually bringing you the culture experience Atlanta. We wanted to bringing in one of our business people who's doing some big things in Atlanta and working on building his brand as an African-American business owner. So we're really excited about that. So we have Corey here with the Culture Experience Atlanta. And we're going to talk to him about what he's doing in the Atlanta area and how it actually started here in Houston with Booked. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. Corey, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. How's it going?
It's going good. How are things in the ATL?
It is going really, really great. You know, we're trying to stop COVID.
I know. Y'all trying to stop COVID. Okay.
We're trying to stop it.
I know that's right. So, Corey, thank you so much for joining us. And we are just so excited. Our Business Behavior Podcast, what we try to do is just really educate business owners on, being business owners, do's and don'ts and things that that they can and should not do. So tell us a little bit about what you've started there in the Atlanta area.
We'll do. So, like you said before, we did the culture experience in Atlanta, in Houston first. We just kind of changed it around a little bit. Basically, culture experience is an interactive photo experience that highlights different moments in nostalgia, pop culture, history, and community. And you come in, buy tickets, and you just walk through history in different backdrops and take pictures and selfies.
So go ahead, Chandra. I'm sorry. I'll take over the show.
No, you can go ahead with this slide.
I was going to talk to you. So you mentioned how do you come up with your concepts of what you're going to do in the actual selfie museum?
I basically try to pull from iconic things from our past, from the culture. For an example, I have like a Vibe magazine wall. 2 years ago, we did an Ebony magazine wall, like things that we used to grow up reading and watching that we no longer have. So this going back in time. So that's how I kind of take a lot of my ideas from the past.
Okay. And so as a business owner, tell us about, running a Black-owned business and how you work to appeal to different demographics, because I know, it's a lot. It takes a lot with the marketing, public relations. So how do you work to appeal to other demographics?
What's been working for me is basically tailoring my message to appeal to an audience, and just making sure that I'm welcoming to all races. But at the same time, making my information to the point where it's making my demographic aware of what's going on in our community. Like it's not too black focused, but it still has like the awareness. For an example, like a Breonna Taylor message, having her with the flowers and everything of what's going on with her case versus, having something like police shooting. So this is all about the messaging and tailoring my approach to my audience. So that way everybody feel comfortable.
And how
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was saying, and how does that work? You brought up Breonna Taylor. So what have you done as it relates to that community focus? You mentioned community early on, like the culture experience, and Atlanta is just a mecca for the civil rights movement. High profile African Americans. It's probably the blackest city in America. And when I say the blackest city, I mean leading in business, in government, and just the demographics of the city. So how does that intertwine in what you do every day?
So as pertains to Breonna Taylor, we have a exhibit that is a protest wall, and basically it's all the signs that we've been protesting since forever. So we have that wall. We also have a Martin Luther King exhibit. So we kind of have a lot of different things that cater to all the histories and the things that happen in Atlanta.
Okay. And how has your experience been with reaching out to, because you're from what? Are you from Beaumont or Port Arthur? I don't want to get it wrong. Port Arthur. Okay, because I know how y'all are. It's either or. It's not one. So I'm sorry about that. So you're from Port Arthur, Texas. Yeah. So you're from Port Arthur, Texas. So infiltrating that Atlanta community, what has that experience been like as an African-American male starting a business and then starting something? First of all, was there anything like the culture experience in the Atlanta area?
No, but there's something similar to it. They have the trap museum. We get compared to the so they have the trap museum, but we kind of focus on culture as far as like specifically in the 90s, as well as politics, history and all that good stuff. So that's what makes us different.
What made you decide on your focusing on the 90s? How did that happen? I'm a 90s. That's my.
That's one of my favorite eras. That's when I feel we took a lot of things for granted. Like we dominated black television back then. Family Matters and Moesha. That was like the Martin. Those the best TV shows back in the day. And that was like that's how
you said
and Live in Color. All of that. That's my that's my age group. So I really want to highlight that and bring it home, because now this generation, they never seen a CD player. They don't even know what a beeper looks like. Like they just have Instagram and social media. Back in the day, we had to use the landline with mama picking up the phone. So that's culture. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of our culture, and I just wanted to celebrate that because we kind of took it for granted, as well as educate the new generation on what we had to go through, type of thing.
That's good.
And so you mentioned something, that education piece, and that landline, that's historic. So do you have some images of that landline? I remember at 16 or 17, I got my own phone line. I think it was for my 15th or 16th birthday. I remember getting my own phone line, but prior to that, I can remember sneaking on the phone in the kitchen underneath this desk. That we had a built-in desk in the kitchen.
That's nothing. What about being at grandma's house and the phone was in the middle in the hallway? So you had to have a conversation in the hallway, and it wasn't a remote phone. It was
the one with the cord,
with
the
dial.
You had to stay in that section.
And if you miss dial, you gotta start all over.
And we didn't have area codes either back then. Yeah. It was a straight number.
I remember when we first got area codes.
He looked surprised.
Did you know that?
Are we telling our age?
Did you know that we used to have area codes?
Damn, wait a minute. We gotta do a coach experience part 2.
No area. That is hilarious. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, we didn't have area codes.
But that was interesting. Yeah, just sneaking and using the phone. We didn't have no cell phone, and now you can just disconnect that line if they're on punishment. You can try to dial out if you want to, but you can get that line disconnected. And you mentioned something else: a CD player or a cassette player or a boom box. Those are the kinds of things that you have in the culture experience.
Yep, absolutely. We have a lot of nostalgia objects like that television. We have a television that works, a Nintendo, the card phone, all that good stuff. We have it here.
I'm excited. I can't wait to
I
come
know,
to Atlanta.
right?
I'm gonna come and visit. And if you get a Pac-Man, I'm good. I'm there all day long.
You there?
You know, Pac-Man, that was my thing. We used to
Yeah,
go to all
that
that
was a
arcade. I
that was a
love
good
the
one.
Pac-Man machine. That
Yep.
was my thing. So, go ahead, Chandra. You had a question?
So what's next with this whole cultural experience? As you continue to engage um, the different generational individuals, like you said, a lot of them don't know about a beeper. I mean, the beeper. I remember we could code and write "I love you" on the beeper with certain numbers. So, but how
Right.
do you? How? What are your plans to continue to engage that generation and what you have going on there in Atlanta?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Just what are the plans to continue to evolve your business there in Atlanta, with the end of with the different generations? Like we can relate, but again, how do you continue to engage that younger generation in what you're doing?
So one of our 4 pillars is community. And what we're looking forward to do in the future is to involve a lot of the community artists and poets and things of that nature to come in, their own interpretation of what they see the culture as from their eyes and their perspective, for how they grew up. So that will help us get an idea of what they see versus what we see, and we kind of understand their form of it through art. So that's what we're working on, as well as traveling. We have some dates coming up. We're looking at DC, another Black Mecca city, New Orleans, Houston. Definitely want to come back to Houston. So those are the things that we're looking to continue to engage our audience and spread the cultural experience everywhere we go.
Cool beans. So I just want to put it out there. If you ever need that experience where you need somebody to show your audience how to do the centipede, I might can help you out with that.
No.
The centipede.
He looking like
what's the
does
centipede?
he even know what the centipede is?
Probably don't.
So, okay. So yeah, you need a culture experience. You need a part 2. You don't know what the centipede is for real? I wish I could pull up. See,
We on live now. Act like I know.
You don't know what the centipede is for real?
What's that? A Harlem, like the Harlem Shuffle?
It's a dance.
You on
the
the
floor. You doing the centipede
You
like
know.
that. You're like, Chandra is the centipede queen.
I used to be.
Well, yeah. Okay, let me say this. The last house party I had my carpet was never the same again, so I had to get flooring after that. Because I said, yeah.
So twerking is like the centipede.
Who?
Is it like?
No, you're actually on the floor. Like this is the floor, and this is your body, and you're like a centipede, like the reptile. Is that a reptile or insect or whatever? Yeah. Oh, Corey, we need to come and do a walkthrough.
Well,
we need to walk.
Yeah. You know what? I'm definitely gonna come to y'all for some new ideas for our phase 2.
Yeah. You have to do a dance whole experience with that cultural thing, because it's amazing how the different dances started from something else, and now y'all have a whole new name for it. I mean, so it's not original.
Yeah.
What did he say?
What'd you say, Corey? We can hear you.
I said that's awesome. That's a really great idea.
Yeah, because it really is. You think about some of the things that we did. I can't do it because they're gonna type on me on too. But I have no rhythm at all. I'm really
Cabbage Patch.
I'm like the blackest non-rhythm person you ever want to meet. But so yeah, that's like a whole. That culture experience, and we miss like I on the Facebook when it comes up. When we were at Booked, I remember the last experience we had here was when you all did the Freedom Riders, and people are still talking about that. And when it came up on my timeline, I thought, oh my God, that was an amazing event. Then after that, when John Lewis passed away, just going back and remembering having that experience and being at that event. So it's a lot, and you being in Atlanta, I know that's like the mecca of Black Pride. So how has it been difficult for you to kind of infiltrate or really integrate the culture experience into Atlanta?
Absolutely not. Actually, it's been a complete opposite. Atlanta has really opened opened their arms to me as a entrepreneur, as a Black entrepreneur, and I was able to sustain relationships with those businesses. For an example, Cascade, I'm in this room now, and they sponsored the skates. They gave me all their skates from their previous skating ring. They gave us pictures and memorabilia. That was really cool. Then also we have Rolling Out Magazine. They donated a lot of their magazine covers and articles for one of our exhibits. So yeah, I just like to maintain those relationships, get out there, and learn as much as I can, from these businesses in Atlanta, because they've been out here doing it for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. And so, also in the Atlanta area, they're kind of like the I guess second or third place to go in the country for movies. How has that worked for you with movies and television shows? Have you had any connections?
Right.
How's that helped the culture experience?
Another thing, great. We had different television shows here. We had Married to Medicine came and shot. We had
That's awesome.
Put a Ring on It. Married to Medicine. Put a Ring on It is on the On Network. They came, and recently we're going to be on a documentary with the New York Times. So that's going to air in April. So
awesome.
we're really excited about that. And basically, the documentary is going to be about Atlanta influencers and their take on culture. And because Atlanta is named one of the most influential cities in America, one of them. So they shot here, so that was pretty cool.
That is amazing. And how long have you been in Atlanta now? It's been what, a little over a year?
Well, I've been here for a little over a year, but I've been open for only 6 months.
Wow. And you already have something with the New York Times. Corey, that is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is huge.
It's a long time coming.
We're gonna come and shoot the Business Behavior Podcast live from.
Yeah, come on. This promise you one thing: no centipede, whatever they call it. I don't know.
Baby, that's gonna bring the business. What are you talking about?
We are being. Hey, don't play.
But it's amazing when you talk about generational things. It's through music and dance for our generation. Those individuals born in the 70s. That's what we did. We danced. We listened to music, and it's those same things that bring us back together as a culture. It's dance and music. So music always, when things are not going right, you put on a song and it helps you get back to that good part that you were at, or so you definitely need to look into incorporate some type of music, dance into that whole cultural experience.
Yes, yeah,
absolutely.
Because I think that would bring people in. And speaking of bringing people in, what's your advertising and promotion been in that area?
What was the last thing you said? I'm sorry.
The advertising and promotion, because one of the things we realize, small businesses and nonprofits that we work with, we really try to get them to understand the importance of building in an advertising and marketing and PR budget, building in that money. So what have you done? And because you're obviously been very successful in 6 months.
What I've done is reach out to different influencers. Anytime I have like a new exhibit that's releasing out or something like that, I partner with the influencer. Say, hey, I'm having a first look party where you get first looks on all the pictures, you get first dibs, you get to post your pictures first. That way it's a win-win for them and for me. When they post their pictures, I'm tagged in it. It's very imperative that I let every guest that comes through these doors know to tag, like, comment, and share their experience at Coach Experience. That cannot be no other way to say it. You got to just drill it in their head. Make a hashtag. Hashtag is also a form of marketing and promotion, and it's all free. This is all free things that we can do to help support our business. Now, on the other end of it, like paid advertisement, I run social media ads. I run ads on Facebook, also run ads on Instagram, and I choose those ads based upon the most liked pictures or the most received content that my audience like. And whatever one they like the most, I go ahead and place that picture on ad. Another thing I've seen that works for me is videos. I can tell you about the Coach Experience all day long, but I'm missing the whole audience who want to see it visually. So having a 60-second video is important in addition to all those things to help with the, advertising and marketing of it all.
It's funny how things work now,
Mm-hmm.
because in order to pull people in, you have to show them so much to get them to buy in. Whereas in the past, you can just drop a word and everyone's inquisitive,
Right.
Want to know what's going on. But now you have to give them a little bit more to pull them in.
Yeah, it's definitely the tide has definitely changed. But you have truly found some success in one of the hottest cities in America as an African American male starting a new business, and that's good information for those that may have an interest in starting a small business. Tell us about, we've talked about all the positive things that have happened. And so one of the things we do here at the Business Behavior Podcast, we want to make sure that people understand it's not all roses.
Right.
So can you give us a little bit of on some of the maybe pitfalls or valleys that you've had in building the cultural experience Atlanta?
Let's see. Where do I start?
Yes, go ahead.
Where do you start? Some of the challenges will be for me coming to a new city and not knowing the structure of their like the licenses and things like that. So just me doing research, getting with the right people to lead me in the right direction as far as codes and things like that. Also, some of the pitfalls we had was employers, like getting the right person to be a candidate for a culture experience. What that person look like. Are they nice enough? There's just a lot of different things that we had to, go through to find that perfect fit.
Okay, so during this whole pandemic, I know that you've been open 6 months. So how has that experience been? Do you have some rules and regulations in place, for individuals that come out to visit your establishment?
Yes, we do. So we enforce all of the COVID-19 safety protocols, from temperature checks to sanitizing to social distancing, and we have signage everywhere. We take it very seriously, and of course, all of our associates wear masks. Fortunately, it haven't impacted us that bad in Atlanta because Atlanta is just a moving and shaking state. But we do take a lot of safety protocols when it comes to that, because I want to make sure all my guests are safe. We also sanitize each exhibit after the customers leave. So we want to ensure that they get a good experience and it's safe as well. But it doesn't stop Atlanta from coming out. That's the beauty of it all. We're going to continue supporting each other, continue passing around that Black dollar. And that's one thing I like about Atlanta, the most. And we're going to do it the right way.
That's awesome. That's good.
And you hit on something very important, the Black dollar. And that's one of the things that at Hodges Communications Group, we really work. We're a boutique organization, and we're very selective in the clients that we choose. And we do want to work with organizations that have our community in mind, the Black and Brown community, and investing and recycling that Black dollar. I think about my girlfriends that are in business and how I support them. Lamique beauty brand, always Lamique. For me, like my whole cosmetic bag is Lamique. I love Kim Roxy. I'm now working with Forward Times, my good friend Karen Carter, and Lamique is now a sponsor on her for her digital brand Black and Forward. We really work to recycle that Black dollar. Is that the same? Also, Shantae with Dos Couture Designs. We really work hard to recycle that Black dollar. Same thing here in Houston with Melodrama Boutique. So how has that experience been for you in Atlanta?
Great. Like just now, someone just came and they work with the Georgia State College. So they came and they wanted to support. I had different organizations reach out to me. Different business owners that reached out. Like down the street, we have Slim and Huskies. They're the Black-owned pizzeria, and they came and did a team building here. So it's great that I receive a lot of support amongst the community, and we just support each other, because we need each other. Definitely power in numbers.
And it's interesting because I know, Houston is, our Black community is so small. Black Houston is small compared to you being in Atlanta. So I was just wondering how that worked with recycling the Black dollar. Is it do you feel that there's more competitiveness? Because I think here, my experience has been we all work together. Even, different clothing boutiques, designers, cosmetic lines, we all work together and even, helping to build each other and build each other's brand. Has that been your experience in Atlanta?
Yeah, definitely similar experience. We try to work together, like collaborative efforts.
Uh-huh.
Do that anywhere we can. Like I just had another meeting today. This guy wants to do a brunch here, so
Mm-hmm.
just thinking of new ways to support each other and still generate the Black dollar. And give our patrons a different experience
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that everybody can eat off of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
it really
know.
works.
Yeah. Well, talking about really work, I know here in Houston, Jackie Adams with Melodrama Boutique is very good at reaching out to other Black businesses and supporting them in a sense of promoting them when she have her sidewalk sales or anything big that she has going on Alameda.
Which is our corridor. And so we think about like
Right.
Alameda is our corridor. And to me, it's just amazing how successful you've been in Atlanta, with Atlanta being so Black. And for us, it's like nothing moves in Black Houston unless it's moved on Alameda first. Right. You know what I mean? And so I'm just so proud, and we're really excited for you and what you're doing with the culture experience in Atlanta. Anything we can do to continue to support you here in Houston. Of course, we want you to come back. We miss you, and we definitely miss Alex, who's also our super producer, who's producing our podcast, Alex Green Media. So we do have a question. Have the HBCUs been supportive and approachable? That's from Jimmy Jones asking that question to you.
Yes, they have. They reached out and gave us pennant flags for our HBCU room.
Oh, okay.
And we're trying to organize something. We were trying to organize something for homecoming, but with COVID, we had to, circle back around that. So they've been supportive. We're actually not too far from Spelman and Morehouse.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. That's good. Good to know that.
We haven't been able to do something yet, but I'm something.
Well, I think definitely, once we get COVID, kind of figure out what our next steps will be as a country, and as a world, as it relates to COVID, and we'll be better able to make decisions. I think because right now we're all just kind of, we're at a standstill. We know we need to wear double mask, and we know we need to do this. I've been vaccinated, so I feel I have a certain comfort level now, but you never know what might happen. So I think once we start moving around better as a country and some decisions are made, some policies are in place, then, all businesses can kind of make some decisions as to, how they're going to move. We have one more question. Looks like, what's the first? Look like she has first part of her question.
So it says, how do you target other demographics but stay Black?
Good question.
Let's see. So again, like I said before, it's just a matter of tailoring your message to your audience without being without making your audience feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I still want them to do business with you. So I think that's the most important thing, making them feel comfortable and spreading that awareness. And so if you post something like a media or anything like that, don't use the N-word, just little small things like that.
And so you do have other races that have had an opportunity to experience the culture experience Atlanta.
Yes, I have. And I think a part of that is because, I pride myself on this. It's an experience for everybody, and when other guests come here, I try not to play profanity. It's all about the culture.
Okay. All about the culture. What a way
all
to
about
end.
the culture.
We lost his audio. Corey, we lost your audio. We did. We
Can
lost
you hear
his
me?
audio. Yeah, now we can. Now we can.
Okay.
We wanted to ask you, we have about a minute left. Are there any events coming up in Atlanta for those that might be in the Atlanta area? And I think we had one other question. Kim Roxy with Lamique Beauty Brand, where beauty is revealed, not applied. She wanted to know if you were near Clark, Atlanta. I believe that's our alma mater.
Yes, I am. I forgot to shout it out. So
right.
Clark, Spelman, and Morehouse are all in the same vicinity. So yes, we are right down the
Yeah.
street. Yes,
Excellent.
we are.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Corey. So tell us real quickly, we have about a minute left. Is there anything you have coming up at the Culture Experience Atlanta that you'd like our audience to hear about, to know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, All-Star Weekend is in Atlanta, so be sure to be on the lookout for different promotions that we have coming up. And also, we have a paint party that's going to happen on March 6th. Be on the lookout for us on the big screen, the documentary with New York Times that's going to be out in April. And we open Friday through Monday. Tickets are online at coachexperienceatl.com. You can follow us on IG at coachexperience_ and like, share, tag, tell a friend. We're coming to a city near you as well. So DC, be on the lookout. New Orleans, be on the lookout. Houston, be on the lookout. It's something that we want to continue spreading this positivity and love all over. So y'all hopefully I see y'all there. That's the first. Okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
you definitely have to let us know when it's happening, and we'll promote that through Hodges Communications Group, our public relations side, and we will definitely promote that. Thank you so much, Corey. Thank you for joining us for our Black History Month podcast. But definitely know that we here at Hodges Communications Group, Business Behavior Podcast, powered by Hodges Communications Group, we celebrate Black History 365, 12 months a year, 7 days a week. 24 hours a day. So thank you so much, and good luck with all that you do.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.